The Girl Who Heard Colors by Marie Harris, illustrated by Vanessa Brantley Newton. Jillian loved the world with all her five senses. She loved the tickling touch of her bunny's whiskers on her cheek. She loved the taste of the warm maple syrup on waffles. She loved the smell of wet grass. She loved the sight of wild geese flying across the blue sky. Honk, 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 honk. And she loved the sound of their honking. But what she loved most of all was seeing the colors of everything she heard. When she heard a dog barking, woof, woof, she saw bright red. When she rang the bell of her bike, ding, she saw silver. The wind in the pine trees blew soft gray. The rain sang light purple. Soon Jillian was old enough to go to school. She loved school with all her five senses. She loved the cool, slippery feel of the floor and the taste of the tart apple at snack time. She loved the smell of her markers when her teacher wrote on the whiteboard. And still she saw the colors of everything she heard. The sound of the school bell was as orange as a pumpkin. Recess! Her teacher's voice was as green as a frog. At recess, the children sounded as gold and brown as the leaves on the trees. Then one day, something strange happened. A lunchbox dropped on the floor and everything in it fell out with a loud clatter. "What was that?" asked the teacher. "Yellow," Jillian replied. The children stopped what they were doing and looked at her. "Yellow? A spilled lunchbox is yellow?" They began to laugh at Jillian. Jillian felt sad with all her five senses. She felt the warm tears of her cheeks. She tasted the salt of her tears on her tongue. She smelled the spilled grape juice. The children laughed harder and harder. When she heard their laughter, she saw inky black. Her teacher was worried, so she told Jillian's parents. Jillian's parents were worried, so they took her to the doctor. The doctor examined her eyes and ears. There was nothing wrong with them. Whatever could be wrong with Jillian, everyone wondered. Jillian whispered softly to herself, "I'm as sad as a cloud." Then came music day. The musician opened his bag of instruments. He handed out tambourines and cymbals, tin whistles and cowbells, and maracas and drums. The children took turns playing all the instruments. Except Jillian. She covered her ears and squeezed her eyes shut. "What's the matter?" asked the children. "What's the matter?" asked her teacher. "What's the matter?" asked the musician. And Jillian said, "I'm hearing too many colors at once." "Hearing colors?" the children exclaimed. "What do you mean?" "When I hear sounds, I see colors," Jillian told them all. "Me too," said the musician excitedly. "When I hear sounds, I see colors too. In fact, lots of people have a very special extra sense. It even has a name of its own, synesthesia." When Jillian heard the musician say that word, she saw every shade of blue. She began to smile. Then the musician smiled, her teacher smiled, and all the children smiled. Jillian loved the world again with all her five senses and her extra special one.